friends, this is Dr. Amarjit Kaur, Professor of Accounting and Business Communication at the Department of Management, Gurugram University, Gurugram. I have been working in the industry, academics as well as food industry from the last 30 plus years. I have authored 60 plus research papers, have edited or authored about 11 books by this time, and with the God's grace, I have worked in 2 universities in USA. One is Valparaiso University, another is North Dakota State University, and it's my privilege that I am here with you to talk about problem management process. So friends, problem management process is a very peculiar kind of topic I am going to address today. So the discussion will be more towards the problems which are faced by IT sectors or the companies working in IT sector or businesses which have implemented ITC, or information technology, which means practically almost every business nowadays have strong IT departments, right? They can't do without ITC, so that it means practically this topic is applicable for everyone. So more towards or more important for the companies which are providing these services or have independent department of information technology. So what is problem management process? What is the background? So information technology has become a backbone of success for most of the organizations. Understanding details about the process can help an IT team quickly finding solutions to IT problems and consequently goals of the organization. So, as well I was saying that none of the business nowadays would be doing without using technology. I don't come across even a smallest of the small business, even they would be using technology to some extent, right? And gradually the technology is becoming backbone for the success, for ensuring success for the businesses, for organizations, and it becomes very important for businesses to understand the detail about the process, of which goes through whenever there is a problem. So IT team, because they have become a backbone for the business or the organization, so it becomes very imperative for the IT team to provide solution immediately, to in case there is any problem, right? So that the goals of the organization can be achieved without any hassle. Further, understanding everything about the problem management process can help an IT team of an organization to achieve its goals through effective solution to IT problems. So it means it is very important that this problem management process, which is a complete process, it should be known well, to all the people of IT team of any organization, so that they could really provide effective solution to IT problems. And business, especially in IT sector, they use the problem management process to identify, manage and resolve the root cause of service interruptions and or disruption at the workplace. So all the businesses, or organizations for that matter, and especially the ones which are working into IT sector, they use this problem management process for many things, and the foremost thing is that they use this problem management process to identify, to manage and to resolve the root cause of the service interruption. Because what happens when there is an IT problem, or there is an interruption in the service, either the email is not running, the fireworks is not running, either the server is down, either the if they have a website is down, the responses are not recorded, the visit on the website is not recorded, if there is a gap in answering the questions on the website or in the chat box. So they all are concerns of IT. And since people or businesses are using lot of IT services nowadays, so and they are dependent on IT sector or ITC services for that matter, So, it becomes imperative for the IT sector or IT team in a business to ensure that services are running without any interruption. And especially nowadays after corona, almost every organization is dependent on Zoom meetings, Google Meets, all those online meetings, and there are so many other softwares for that matter, right? So, that is an IT service. So, if we need to have uninterrupted meeting, and that too it needed to be secure, it needed to be uninterrupted, it needed to be reliable, it needed to be secure. So, all are the issues which IT sector need to take care, and they can take care very well by following the management problem management process. Now, what is problem management process? That is the question which comes in. So, problem management process we can define like this: finding, resolving and preventing IT problems and outages in any organization. That refers to problem management process. This process can help find and resolve the causes of IT service issues of an organization. So, there are three things in problem management process. Number one is finding, number two is resolving, and then preventing. So, just not that we have to find the IT problem, right? We have to resolve it certainly, and we have to prevent that it does not occur again in future, right? So, this whole process which we call it as problem management process, it evolves around three aspects: identifying or finding the problem, then providing a solution to it, and then ensuring it does not occur in future. And this process, this whole process of these involving these three steps or three stage process, it can actually help finding and resolving the causes, the root causes of IT service issues in any organization, right? So, when I say organization, it could be an organization working exclusively in the IT sector or any other sector, but in the IT department, because most of the companies would have their own IT department. Most of the organizations, even the government organizations, they have their IT sector, IT department, right? So, we are talking about IT service irrespective of IT sector or a company working anywhere but having IT sector service team or sector, department. Further, in this regard, when I talk about the problem management process, major task in problem management involves analyzing the cause and determining why the problem occurred. Thereby, an organization can solve the problem easily through the process, as factors that initiated the problem are analyzed in this process. So, the major task in this problem management process is analyzing the cause. So, what was the root cause, right? Why the problem has occurred? So, if we are able to identify the cause, the root of the problem, only then our solution will be reliable, will be implementable, and will not let the problem occur again. Otherwise, if we have misleading information and misleading diagnosis, right, so means we could not analyze the cause properly, then certainly our the solution is not going to be effective. So, organization can solve the problem through this process, as the organization will be able to identify the factors. So, what were those factors which initiated the problem, right? So, they are going to be analyzed through this process, because this process really focuses on finding the causes, root causes. So, that is how it is important. And the problem management team might ask the reasons for any file corruption, instead of saying the file got corrupted, right? So, the file may get corrupted, or or the server may get down, but instead of saying that server is down, the problem management team, in this whole process, ensures the team looks for the reason and says that this is the reason that why the server is down, why the file got corrupted, why the meeting got interrupted, etc., etc., right. So, ultimate objective of this process is to identify the cause issue to avoid future problem, and this is a continuous process. So, we cannot assume that this is just one time we solve the problem once and it is solved forever. No, there would be another problem which may occur. So, this is a continuous process so that the team could identify and solve issues before they occur. So, not only that we are solving the problem when they occur, we do that, but along with that the target is that such problem never occurs again which have been identified, and also to preempt certain problems, that this is a likelihood that this kind of problem will occur. So, this whole problem management process, it evolves around identifying, defining who and who fixes the problem and how the team recognizes and solves the problem. So, this is the whole process of problem management. Okay. Now, the question must be coming to your mind that what is the difference between problem management and incident management, because there are incidents which keep on occurring in any department, in any organization. So, both incident and problem are similar sounding words, but they have a different meaning, right. So, incident is an unplanned interruption of services or failure of an IT component, right. So, it is an unplanned interruption of services, but whereas a problem involves more than one related incident and may involve some common issue. So, let me explain it for you. So, incident is a small thing, it is something which has happened, which has occurred, right. So, there is an interruption in the service or failure of an IT component, right, because problem management process is all about IT part we are talking, is exclusively IT services. Okay. So, both incident and problem may sound common to you or to any layman, but if you are familiar with management problem management process, then you should have, or one should have clarity of difference between the two. So, incident which is unplanned and suddenly occurs, so this is just one time happening, that is an incident. But if that incident is happening or that more often, twice, thrice, 10 times, 20 times, etc., or maybe 1000 times together, then it is a problem, right. So, problem is basically when more than one related incident. So, all the incidents which are relevant or they are related to each other, they are allied to each other, when that happens, so it is actually causing something common, some common issue is a problem. So, common issue erupting out of small incident is a problem, right. So, problem is a bigger word. So, it involves more incidents which are related to each other. Further, about problem management and incident management, a problem is not an incident, but an incident might cause a recurring problem. Incident management primarily requires fixing up and restoring a system, but a problem management focuses on discovering the root cause of the problem to ensure new incidents or problems do not occur. So, let me explain it for you. So, as I said, the problem is not an incident, it is a bigger thing than incident, it is a culmination of similar kind of incidents, right. So, incident causes a problem, and incident management primarily requires we need to restore the system. For example, at our house, in case there is a electricity goes down. So, if you are not sure it is a cut from the transformer, you will rush to your own system and see if there is a MCB is down or not. So, what we do, we will simply go and ensure or restore the electricity at home by looking at the MCBs. But so that is a restoring the system, right. Same way, if there is a the emails server is down, so we will try that server starts working. So that was incident just once, But if that server is frequently getting down or getting down on a particular time of the day, particular day of a week or so, right, or particular weather, etc., then we are not restoring the server. Server restoration once is an incident management, but if we are looking at a wider picture that this is the day of the time when most of the time the server gets down, or this is the day of the week when it happens. So now we want to address that, and that is a problem because similar kind of incident, here incident is server down, right. So similar kind of incidents are happening means a problem, right. So that's the difference between the two. So if we focus on the root cause of that, why server gets down on every Friday afternoon, why server gets down on every Wednesday at 11 a.m. So whatever the data has been analyzed. So we are looking at the root cause of the problem. So that's the difference between the two. So manage when we manage this reoccurrence is a problem management, and when we manage just one incident means we just want to restore the service, that is an incident management. After this, I would like to talk about benefits of problem management process. So the first is it avoids costly incidents. Number 2, enhances productivity. Number 3, it improves customer satisfaction. So let me explain these three first and then I will move forward. So what are the benefits if a company introduces problem management process? The first is it avoids costly incidents, because incidents causes interruption in services, interruption in operations, etc., right. And certain incident could be very, very expensive affair. Let's say you were discussing some, you were presenting or you were defending tender online. Your company had submitted a tender of 500 crore worth, and the meeting was online, and it was time bound when all the competitors were there from around the world or maybe from around the country, and your server gets down and it is not restored before the time of the meeting ends. So what a costly incident, isn't it? So we can avoid such losses, because it would have, if it happens in a company that you were bidding for 500 crores, it could be 5,000 crores, right? It could become a very costly affair. Or it could be that you were trying to reach out to some client for many days, client agreed for a meeting and you could not do the meeting at the time simply because your IT did not support you, your IT infrastructure doesn't or could not support you. What an costly incident, isn't it? So we can avoid such incidents which may otherwise end up quite expensive if we are following problem management process. Then the second point or second benefit was it enhances the productivity. Certainly, productivity is what? The input-output ratio, right? That's what the productivity is. So if I put 100 units as input and my end product is 90 units, is my input-output ratio. So it's 90%, but if it can be made 98%, certainly the 98% is better than 90%. 95% is in between. So one can enhance the productivity by taking care of problem which arises because of IT. So for example, you have employed 20 people who are answering on the chat box, live chat box, about the product they are promoting, right? So there are 20 people, there are team of 20 people answering online queries about a particular product. Now imagine if only 10 minutes there is a service interruption, your servers get down and they are not able to answer, right? So 20 into 10 means 200 minutes, it's not 10 minutes, 200 minutes of 20 people gone, and if on an average they were able to convert or answer to 3 customers in 1 minute. So, you can imagine how many customers we could not serve simply because of this IT problem, right. So, my productivity can be really good if we have uninterrupted services. My customer would have good experience, my employees would have good experience. Overall it is going to be very, very productive. You can imagine the same thing in marketing, production, in everywhere. The IT services are used everywhere, every department. So, it can enhance overall productivity for the company. That is the benefit of this problem management process. Another benefit is it improves the customer satisfaction. The same example if extends, on the one hand this is a loss to the company, right, that we could not answer those chats, but on the other hand the customers who were in the process of discussing something, their answer gets interrupted and they could not get the complete answer, or they could not seek clarification on the query completely in between the services. Who would believe your product would be good, if their their experience is such that the answers were interrupted in between. Wow, certainly they will never come back. So, that is what is what does it mean? We can actually improve customer satisfaction if we have uninterrupted IT services, because nowadays companies are using search engine maximization, companies are using online ads, online selling, online chatting, online so many billing, etc., etc. So, everywhere IT is there. So, it can actually improve overall customer satisfaction. Point number 4, it reduces problem solving time. Point number 5, reduces service disruptions, and point number 6, it lowers the number of incidents. So, let me explain them now. So, number 4, reduces problem solving time. So, if we have a well defined problem management process, it means we have already defined the stage by stage or the step by step process of how a problem will be solved. Problem is multiple incidents of similar nature, right? That's when we pronounce it as problem for the purpose of IT, right? So, it will reduce problem solving time if there is a problem management process defined by the company, known to the IT team. So, people will know if this happens, who is responsible, how much time he or she is supposed to take the action in, how much time in general he is supposed to solve the problem in. So, these are the things which would be known to people, known to system, and this will certainly reduce the problem solving time. And certainly if the problem solving time is reduced gradually, then it is going to affect my productivity, right. This enhances my production, this enhances my operation, this supports restoration at the earliest possible, and I will have minimum or less loss. So, point number 5 is reduces service disruption. So, certainly the problem solving time is reduced. Even if company has a problem management process, a business has a problem management process, even the disruption time in service gets reduced. So, the services are restored disrupted, or if they were disrupted, the time is to restore them gets down. So, of course, gradually the problem management process should be such that there should not be any disruption at all. So, that is what it means. We have to reduce the disruption, the frequency of disruptions to zero possible. The zero breakdown, zero. People are working for such objectives nowadays, when they target to have zero breakdowns in IT services, zero disruption. The last point of benefit is that it lowers the number of incidents. The moment we have a complete problem management process, the number of incidents which were happening, incident is just one independent, right? the number of incidents which were happening gets reduced, because the problem management process, we record it in black and white, what will happen if this occurs, if this incident happens, who will take action, how will he take action, how many days, how many hours or minutes he or she will take action in. And for times there are actions which are in seconds as well, switching to another server, switching to, so it will lower down the number of incidents as well. So overall, the problem management process is a very, very effective system which helps not only businesses which are into IT sector, but also the businesses which are having IT departments. So, so the problem management process is a continuous improvement process which tackles not only the small incidents, but it ensures reduction in occurrence of such incidents and not allowing those incidents becoming problems, right. This is the whole problem management process. I hope I was able to help you understand what problem management process is, how it is useful. We shall be discussing in future session about all the stages, all the steps which one can take to implement problem management process in a company, in a organization. So with this, I would like to wind up, friends. Thank you very much.